Good morning, happy Tuesday guys. Welcome back to the channel, Jimmy Trades, for your Tuesday pre-market walkthrough. Let's get it. Let's move on over to the calendar. But remember to sub to the channel guys, like the video, and turn on that notification icon. Let's move over to the calendar. So first and foremost, 10 a.m. news, Fed Chair Powell testifies. For me, I won't be interested in trading today, purely because of this 10 a.m. news, which could last, I don't know how long, and anything could happen at any point in time as Powell speaks, so I won't be interested in trading today. It's also the day prior to CPI, which is a large market mover, generally speaking. So trading today is lower probability. Let's move over to the charts. We're going to have a look at our daily walkthrough, obviously, and we're also going to just recap very quickly the gold trade that I took in yesterday's AM session. Remember to join us over in Trade Foundry, guys. We have a exclusive Trade Foundry giveaway running right now. 2 50K My Funded Futures starter accounts are up for grabs. So make sure you join Trade Foundry. Description link is in there. Just down in the description. So be sure to join and jump in. We've got 5 hours before the giveaway ends. It's a great opportunity, limited numbers to get your hands on a eval, 50K eval. All right, looking at NQ. Here we are on the daily. Great call with bias yesterday. Price accelerated higher. We had quite a large range as well. Now looking for today, currently 30%, just over 30% of the current, of the average daily range is the current candle. What I'm liking at the moment is we're respecting the upper quadrant of the previous day's candle. We've also got an open with no wick to the high side, so a great draw on liquidity. So we've got an open low, okay, open low. What I'm looking for is for an open low, high, close. That's what I'm looking for today. We have these equal highs, relative equal highs through here. Great draw on liquidity. We also have this series of highs through here, 1, 2, 3, relative equal highs through here, which are up into a bearish point of interest. So this is what I'm looking for price to continue to move higher. So I'm going to remain bullish on NQ. We'll have a quick look at the hourly here. Let's get rid of those markings, changing the state of delivery here. Prices continue to respect that as well. And we have a bullish unicorn here. So here's our bullish breaker. Price is also respecting that as well. I'm not interested in running my standard deviations off of here. This is too large of an expansion in my opinion. And we're just going to have a distortion of projections up to this level here. So I'm not interested in that at the moment. Maybe we can run the projections off the the London manipulation here and see where that gets us. So we could run the projections here. So we get a nice draw through here up to these highs, or this high here. There's potential here as well. If we get a close back through this level, that will also be a continuation unicorn if price is able to close through that level. And I'll be looking for that to be closed through, that level there to be closed through. Let's head back to the daily and over to ES. So similar scenario here for ES. Respecting the 50% level of the previous day candle. We've got this low resistance liquidity through here. We've got the same deal just through here. So an attractive area for price to want to reach for. Nice drawn liquidity at the highs. And as we respect this same scenario, we've got an open, low, looking for a high close. Okay, I'm not suggesting we're going to expand this high today, but you never know. Let's move over to oil. Okay. Before we dive into oil, remember we can get 30% off your Tradeify evals right now. Code Jimmy Trades. The link to reach Tradeify is also in the description. So we can get 30% off. And just like Apex, you can expedite your evals on news. If you are interested in doing that, with CPI coming up tomorrow, it's a great opportunity to do that. And I'm pretty sure Day Trading Realtor, my buddy Adam, I'm pretty sure he'll be running a stream as well. So as soon as we find out when that stream's running or when that's kicking off, we'll post the link somewhere and you guys will be able to join. So Tradeify allows that functionality. You can expedite on the news event. So essentially passing your eval in one trade, and you've got 30% off right now. Next is Apex. Apex with 80% off at the moment. Code Jimmy for Apex, your Apex evals. So 80% off right now. All right, let's move on to oil. Great work with the bias yesterday. And again, we're continuing in that same manner. We have small wick to the downside. So this is looking like a potential continuation of the trend. So continuing that bullish movement higher. At this stage, I'm going to remain bullish on oil. There's no sign of a retracement just yet. And as you can see on the hourly, we've continued to respect these opposing candles as we've moved higher. Again, through here, you can see the respect given as we move higher. Once we close through, bouncing off of that. Again, same deal here. Beautiful respect to this opposing candle here, and price continues to expand higher. Now, when we get to the high here, I will be interested in seeing how price reacts and then assessing where we move to from there. But for now, remaining bullish. We've also only expanded around half of the average daily range. And remember, you guys can grab this indicator if you join Trade Foundry. It's located in the resources section. You can grab this indicator for free there. And I am still in the middle of producing a video to run through and explain the indicator and how I utilize it. So keep an eye out for that one. All right, let's move back out to the daily, jump over to Euro futures. How'd we go yesterday? Well, we were looking for a bullish move, and we did somewhat get that, but not decisive at all. Current move is expanding higher. We have a bearish FEG. If price continues to expand higher here, then this is the area that I'll be interested in most, and seeing if price wants to move back and respect this bearish PDRA, or if we get a close through and continue to move higher. So I'll sit and remain bullish until we get to this bearish FEG, and then I'll reassess if the narrative and logic makes sense. All right, let's move over to gold, because I do want to quickly run through that trade I took. There is a detailed breakdown in my journal in Trade Foundry, which you can go and check out. Now, I did get a little bit lucky. So let's have a look at today's bias. Now, we're at all-time highs. We are getting a move back inside the range of the previous day's candle. So we're going to want to check the hourly chart and see what the structure is doing there. But we do have this void here. Yes, I know this candle isn't closed yet, but this has potential to be closed up. Okay. Now, depending on the hourly structure, we may see this sort of move. I'm not willing to go against the trend yet, so I'm going to remain bullish. But let's jump down to a bit more of a granular level and see what is happening right now. So gold's had some pretty decent moves. We're already at 111% of the previous days, of the average daily range. We do have price respecting the opposing candle here in this reversal. Ideally, I like to see displacement as price moves through a level like this, and also moving into a point of interest. Now, for this, you could argue that you could utilize 50% of this bearish candle here, because it swept the high of the previous one. It's the all-time high and closed back inside the range of that candle as well. So basically, we could argue, like I said, that could be our point of interest. So we've come up into a point of interest. We've closed back through. So this is starting to look a little bearish. So we've had a strong buy side. Now we could be retracing back into the range. You can see on the weekly, like, look at this trend. It'd be mad to go against it, and that brings me then to staying bullish. But I'll be monitoring the hourly very closely as we come into New York Open and see how that structure is moving. Now, do we come up and respect this opposing candle and therefore continue to move lower, or do we push through disrespecting and then go back and try and reach for new all-time highs once again? All right, so let's move down to the 5 minute. To the chart. Right. Where are we? Okay, here we go. Let's replay this. So at this point in time, we've come up and it's around the 8:30 mark here. And we've confirmed. Now, keeping in mind that this trade for me, everything other than this strong trend aligned. So for me, I framed it as an A trade, not an A plus, because I was working against the trend. Now, we have these relative equal lows. In fact, we can pull that from here. Okay, we had the relatively equal lows. That's the low hanging fruit. So it's not really much of a target. If you just went tight to there, we'll just work to a tight stop, okay? Targeting 2R. But obviously, with that strong trend, we've built up a lot of low resistance liquidity, and we've started to put in high resistance liquidity here, okay? But we are working against the trend. But everything looked good. I like the hourly candle. The hourly candle was quite strong in the sense that we swept the previous high, all-time highs, and started to close back inside the range. In fact, even a touch lower than the previous hourly candle. So at this point in time, I entered the trade, stop at the high of the breaker, targeting 2R. We start to get a move. We tap up into this bearish FEG. And this is our Pegasus model. We've got an inversion FEG with a balanced price range. We start to get a reaction out of that. So you could have taken an entry here, and one of the guys, Jake, in our Trade Foundry server, he had a sniper entry straight off this bearish FEG. It was a really, really good execution from Jake, and targeted 2R. And look, at this point in time, I had a couple of things going on. I actually was fairly tired. So fatigue was affecting me a little bit. I made a mistake with my contract allocations. So I actually was over leveraged on all my accounts, which is not great. So if price went to stop, then I would have been in a fair bit of trouble. However, the next thing that happened was that, and if you guys don't know, I've been having a lot of computer troubles lately. I do have a new one on the way. Big shout out to Jerome. A champion, a gentleman, helped me work to build an amazing PC that is shipping very shortly. But my computer froze at this point. Right, so I was in the trade, my computer froze. I managed to get about 1.5R. Oops. Maybe it was a touch less. It was around this point here. Computer came back online, and I wasn't willing to stay in the position because it's just too risky. I'm over leveraged. My computer's been a jerk. It's just not worth it to me to hope for the best here. I decided to flatten my position and get out of all my accounts. Now, where does price go? We want to reach 2R, right? Price doesn't reach 2R. It was fortunate. I think a bit of luck had played out there. If you took this sniper entry like Jake, then sure, you actually got a 3R trade if you took it to the low there. All right. I got out of my trade in this candle here, and then price eventually was reached stop. Okay, so a setup. The reason for this, at the end of the day, was really the strong bullish trend. Now, flip the chart. What happens here? This is your 9 o'clock, so you can look at it like this. Let's just do this. Manipulation, accumulation. 9 a.m. opens for commodities. Manipulation, distribution. Okay. What do you have in there? And I know a couple of guys took this trade. You have a Pegasus. So we've got balanced price range, inversion FEG, and price closes through. This takes you to 2R. Takes a little bit of time, but it does get there. Depending on how tight your stop was, obviously, you would have got your 2R at this point here, and I would have targeted this high personally. So you would have been in the trade. You would have got in, say, on this candle here. You know, it's a bit over an hour, so it's not the worst. I've been in longer trades. So there was an opportunity to go long. So the short didn't play out to 2R. However, the long did. So I hope that gives a little bit of insight to why I took that short opportunity in a strong bull trend. Let's move to the Dixie. All right. We're still respecting this bearish PDRO. We closed back inside. We are fighting it a little bit, but we've taken out previous day high. So I'm going to continue to look for price to move lower. So remaining bearish for Dixie. Jump over to GU. Okay, so price has now disrespected the bullish PDRA here. So this whole time price was respecting this bullish FVG, and we're anticipating price to move higher here. Now, interestingly, price has swept previous day low already, and we've got an open low respecting the 50% of the wick here on this candle, this daily buyer's wick. As long as we respect this level, I'm going to anticipate price to move higher. Now let's move to the hourly. See, do we have a change in the state of delivery? We do. It's not with displacement though. Okay, so that's a key thing here. This could easily fail. We really want to see displacement. So an FVG through this leg that closes back through. So at the moment, we do have just a breaker that is supporting price. Okay. If price moves higher, then we can project off the leg that swept liquidity and target -2 to 2.5. You know, this high here, this stands out for me. And a nice area to target. And then you have low resistance liquidity through here as well. Price needs to respect this level though. Okay. Let's look at Bitcoin. All right, we are getting that move out of this bullish FVG. You can see all that uncertainty here, bouncing around this bullish FVG, but we did hold and we are getting a move higher. Going to remain bullish for Bitcoin for the time being. Okay, guys, thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope that video was insightful for you. I hope you got some value out of it. Remember to follow us in Trade Foundry. You can communicate with me directly in there. Be sure to head over and enter the competition, which ends now in 4 hours time. All right. And remember, 30% off Tradeify evals, 80% off Apex evals. Get ready for CPI tomorrow, guys, and pass those evals in one shot. Okay. Have a great Tuesday. Bye for now.